I'm so happy to see you, as always.
Always.
And little Marlo, your daughter is so beautiful and cute backstage.
Staying up late on a school night.
I know, my
Couldn't
gosh.
keep her away.
Oh, I'm so happy, yeah. And I'm so happy we had puppies here so she could play with the puppies, too. It's Nana Week here, so we're actually asking anyone if they have any grandma stories.
Yeah.
And you have a very interesting story of your grandma.
Well, it's actually my mum. I didn't know one of my grannies. The other one lived in South Africa, but my mother started the first ever exercise-based school in England in the 70s.
First ever exercise-based school?
Yes, and it was called Granny's Beautiful Bodies. That's my granny story.
Yeah, but so your mom was Granny's Beautiful Body.
But she was not a granny. She's a granny now.
Yes.
Gan Gan.
Oh, that's the name.
Gan Gan.
Everyone's got a name.
Gaga and a Gan Gan.
Oh, Gaga and a Gang Gang.
Gaga and a Gang Gang.
Oh, Gaga and a Gang Gang, 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 Gaga and a Gang Gang. But what was the school about?
I love this stuff.
I know.
What was the school? So it was kind of like a yoga Alexander Technique combo, balletic.
Yeah.
But like Albert Finney went and Ava Gardner. It was super glam. She was like, yeah, she was really good.
Did you ever take any classes?
Never, not once.
No,
no.
Of course
not.
No,
but actually, you know what? So she had the school, and then they had kids, and they sort of moved away. And then when I was a teenager, she decided to start teaching classes again. So she'd have these women. I was just like a moody teenager in my room, and there'd be these women next door, like going, you know, stretching and doing this stuff. And then it was so popular that they'd be out in the landing, and I was this horrible 14-year-old with a hoodie on, and I'd just climb over these women with their legs in the air to go to the loo and like slam the door. And
Get out of my house!
They still came. She was obviously that good, but no, I've never done one class with her.
I wanted to ask you, because you just recently celebrated a milestone birthday.
Yeah, 21.
21.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so
You can
much.
have
Finally made
alcohol
it.
if you want to try it. You can do it. Was it 40?
No, 21.
That's right, yes.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
What? You keep
I
saying
turned 40. What's the matter with you?
What is wrong with you? Come on.
I'm 40 years old.
Did you celebrate? Did you have a party?
I have the worst birthday. I'm born on the 28th of December, which I was driving actually this year, and the radio man said, and here we are in the black hole between Christmas and New Year, the 28th of December.
Happy birthday to me!
No one's ever put it like that before. But it's true. It's like the whole excitement, and then Boxing Day, and then the 27th you're starting to get low. By the 28th you're down.
Yes, you're very pure.
Down.
You're like, oh, I'm going to wait out till New Year's.
Yeah, I'm the loser that then has to like open presents again in front of people. The whole thing is like mortifying. So I never have a party, although I was peer pressured to organise one extensively.
No.
That I had to cancel because of Omicron. Not that that's a good thing, but...
No.
Yeah.
But
it was ripping through England, and I'd organised a 1920s birthday party for the roaring 20s that we have been enjoying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But wait, there's something satisfying about cancelling plans.
Actually, my best friend and I had an idea to set up a company where we extensively and vigorously plan an event for you that is incredibly stressful, and we cancel it the night before.
So you can just relax, like, let's just have a glass of wine.
The feeling of like, anyone who cancels on me is my favourite person. There's nothing, and I guess it's my age.
So
I'm like,
funny.
I don't want ever to do anything.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Do you remember celebrating your birthday when we did a movie together, Factory Girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ate my face. On a cake. On a cake.
Well, we're right back. No, I had your...
Yes.
Yes, I had
my face was on a cake.
Yes, we put a giant...
You did not eat my face.
But technically, I guess
you
we
did,
all
you
did.
You did
a lot
go
of people
for
did.
the face, yeah. But
I
you
did. I thought that'd be
went
funny.
Right, yeah, because you're a funny guy.
Well, I thought that was very...
On.
Was it a nice glamorous shot of you?
It was not the prettiest picture, was it? It was like they'd found a picture of me that was a wardrobe test photo that had been leaked from G.I. Joe, like not even an officially approved. Someone had like leaked a bad one.
Who found it?
Like had like the
it.
wrong hair and like black leather. Holly Weisman, oh great producer. I
Yeah.
think she got the cake.
Yeah, and so she wanted to make sure
So
you had
we
the
ate
best.
an ugly picture of me. Yeah. The time of our lives. That was my college years.
It was, right?
Shreveport, Louisiana. We
Yeah,
had the best
time together, yeah.
Time.
But now, look, we're parents.
Now we're 21 and getting
You're 21 years old, and wow.
The good old.
Yeah. Marlo is so fun, and here's my question for you. What do you play for her? She's 10 years old?
So we used to do this thing when I drove her to school. We now live in New York, and there's a school bus. But in England, I used to drive her to school, and I decided to do like an album a week. So to musically educate my 3-year-old at the time.
Did it work?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
good.
I have no say in what she listens to now, but back then we did like Pet Sounds and we did The Smiths. She used to sing like Happiness is a Warm Gun, like 3, which is
we tried
funny.
Yeah, exactly. We tried. I think we tried to sneak those in, and then they just kind of went to their own area.
What are they into?
They're into like hardcore metal,
Yeah,
heavy metal.
Yeah.
All like
Yeah.
I want to talk about Anatomy of a Scandal.
Or a sandal. As we called it on set.
Academy of Sandals, and the sandal goes to Anatomy of a Scandal.
Yes.
David E. Kelly.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
No.
The guy can write.
The
We'll
man
give him that.
knows how
We'll
to
give
do
him
it. I
that.
mean, oh my gosh.
He co-wrote it with Melissa James Gibson, who is also a sublime writer.
And you told me that you currently worked with one of the biggest stars you've ever worked with in your career.
Yeah.
Now this is, I mean, you've worked with me.
Yeah.
And you're saying,
Yeah.
you're saying this is a bigger moment.
Bradley Cooper, Clint Eastwood, but whatever, because I worked with Peppa Pig. Amelie.
Amelie B. Smith. This is the voice of Peppa Pig?
That is the voice of Peppa Pig. And I've never fangirled out on anyone. Like, it was really too much. Like, I'd sit there across set with my cup sort of staring at her. And then make her FaceTime my daughter relentlessly. And she was such a pro, you know, she was like 9.
You're like, just say Muddy Puddles.
I was like, do it.
Say Muddy Puddles.
Yeah, exactly. I have all these voice notes like, hello, Marlo, this is... I was like, yes.
That's why we work so hard to get to this spot. No.
Exactly.
How do we set up the series?
So this series is it's the people that did Big Little Lies and The Undoing, and it's that 6-part format. Yeah, Crush-a-rama.
I love
Bada
both
Bing.
of them. Come on.
They didn't even play for that because it's such a crush.
No, it's
you know
such a crush.
So these people know how to do this, and this one is about a sort of... I'm the wife of a Tory politician in England who is caught having an affair, and it evolves into all sorts of dramas. Michelle Dockery co-stars, Naomi Scott, Rupert Friend. This scene, I think, is when the bomb is dropped.
Yeah, and he has to tell you before the scandal gets out, hey, this happened, I had an affair.
Yeah.
So let's squash this. Let's figure this out before it's going to be out in the press. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
I just want you to know. And then...
It was like such a horrible moment. I'm sure many people have experienced that moment of like, this thing has happened. And my heartbeat started to go up, and I had a microphone on, and they could hear my heartbeat accelerating on the cans when they were watching the monitor.
Really?
And they've kept that in, and then they use it as a motif thing throughout the show.
So your heartbeat
my little heartbeat.
Your heartbeat is in the scene.
Yeah, that's how I act, man.
Come on, that's how Sienna Miller. You don't mess with Sienna Miller, man. She'll tell you what's up. Put the mic by the heart. I'll make the heart.
I got this.
What do you want? How loud do you want the heartbeat? Yeah, I can do it. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Sienna Miller in Anatomy of a Scandal. Take a look.
There's more. You're not telling me just to tell me, to unburden yourself. There's more. Is she pregnant?
No, God, no. The story's about to break.
When?
Tonight. The Mail's splashing it tomorrow online late tonight. Chris Clark's on his way over.
He's coming here. Now.
We have to get ahead of this.
We have to figure out how to protect our children from it.
We have to do both.
Sienna Miller! Anatomy of a Scandal begins streaming April 15th on Netflix. Hey, hey.